Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Above the Rim. I'm Austin Townley,
Hey,
joined
now.
by James Derrick, and we got the NBA Finals coming up this week.
It's upon us.
We're here.
I don't really know. I mean, it's a long season, right? Like it's weird to think that this started way back in the fall, and there were definitely some games we watched at the beginning of the season. We definitely thought some things about certain teams.
Oh, for sure.
We should look back at some of the earliest episodes we can and think like, did we overhype anybody? Did we not? That would be a fun.
Oh, we overhyped the Lakers with Anthony Davis and LeBron because they were cooking. Anthony Davis to start the season was like averaging 40 something, and he was a front runner for MVP. I thought he was going to take the MVP home this year, and he's not even a Laker anymore. Shout out Luka. So
that's crazy.
Or shout out Nico Harrison, low-key.
But just over the course of an entire season, shit changes that much. So
it's crazy.
Hey, now we're at the finals. This is what it all leads to, and we got Pacers Thunder. So
I don't think anybody in the world saw this NBA Finals.
No, I mean, I don't know if I necessarily counted out the Thunder. I didn't have them in the finals.
Right.
I know you said they may be too young. I don't think anyone had the Pacers even going back to the conference finals. But hey, they're here.
They're making Reggie real proud.
And I'm proud, bro. Honestly,
me too.
I'm happy they're in the finals, to be honest.
Me too. It's a really fun, exciting team. They're young. They're deep. My family is also from Indiana, so that's pretty cool. I was in Gainbridge Fieldhouse this season, almost courtside watching the Suns. So that was pretty cool. So yeah, I want to say I was in the Champions Arena this season. So
That's
want
crazy.
the Pacers to win, although I don't think they're going to.
I think they got a chance. I think they can do some things.
Yeah, I think there is a chance though. They're really deep. It depends on how well they defend SGA and J-Dub. And then Miles Turner is going to be a big factor as well. So, do you want to talk about Pacers Knicks for a minute?
Or do you want to get Thunder Timberwolves out of the way, or what?
Yeah, the Thunder Timberwolves. It was like really weird because it was kind of back and forth, like a blowout here, blowout there, close game, blowout. It's pretty. Just the Thunder just. Yeah,
they dog walked them. I mean, it was the defense. They were getting points off turnovers like no other team has in the playoffs. And I mean, the Timberwolves just quite simply couldn't take care of the ball against Oklahoma City.
No.
I mean, they were like pit bulls on defense. I forgot who said that. Somebody did. I think someone
did say that, yeah.
But hey, it shows up, it shows out against a team. The Timberwolves, they're not very experienced themselves. I mean, they've been here before, but they're kind of like the Pacers of the West. Again, they were exposed and they turned the ball over too much.
Yeah, Anthony Edwards is only 23 years old. You can't expect him to do everything to help carry the Timberwolves. I mean, the Thunder were shutting Anthony Edwards down. After the game, he was asked if he thought that he struggled or why he thought he struggled. He didn't think that he was struggling. He thought that he was moving the ball very well. And while I would agree with him in that sense, I also would say, yes, he did struggle a little bit because he couldn't get his shots off that he wanted. He couldn't get the possessions where he could just ISO because they were defending him so well. They were defending him so much better than any teams did prior. This entire playoffs.
And it almost got a little bit, obviously different play styles, but a little bit of the Jokic treatment where he's almost getting those soft double teams without the ball. He's got Lou Dort playing him way up into half court. And so every catch is way past the 3-point line.
Yep.
And then they almost have a little bit of a help side defender if he wants to try to go back door. It was just such
and
a
Alex Caruso's
way
right there
to take him out of the game. Lou Dort, I mean,
he's incredible
defender, and I mean, he brings some value offensively as well. So
crazy.
I mean, he's one of those guys too that will easily get overlooked by the time this is all said and done. But he's going to guard the best guard on the other team.
And that's the thing too. It's not that they just have one of those guys; they have two. They also have Alex Caruso, who can go out and guard the best player on the other team.
Has won a championship before as well.
With the Lakers doing that exact thing, guarding the other team's best player. I mean, it's incredible to see the defense of the Thunder just come together as one unit and shuffle and take over Anthony Edwards, just shutting him down completely almost. And Julius Randle he was good in some games, but other games he just didn't show out in the second half or the first half. He struggled. He was very, what's the word? Streaky?
Yeah.
It was kind of unsure what Julius Randle you were going to get that day. And I think that just kind of led to the Timberwolves' downfall a little bit.
Yeah, and I think they could have used a little bit more of a pick-me-up from Jaden McDaniels, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, but, they would have had to have just a phenomenal series for them to win a lot of those games. So, when it comes down to taking the ball out of Anthony Edwards' hands, you need a little bit more from everyone else, and they didn't get it.
Yeah, so that's probably it for the Thunder and the Timberwolves. Now, I will say, I don't think we're going to see this Timberwolves team next season. I think it's going to be very different.
You think so?
I think the NBA is going to change immensely this offseason.
2 conference finals in a row, and they didn't fare too well in this past one. They know they're a tick below.
They know
the championship contending teams in the West. So they should shake it up, I think. I mean, you could keep going, but I think this is this team's ceiling.
I would agree. I would think that this is this same team that's a ceiling in the conference finals. Anthony Edwards is 23 years old. The last time we saw somebody who's 23 years old go to the finals and really take over was Kevin Durant on that Thunder team. And I think that they're just 1 or 2 pieces away. I think you might have to move Julius Randle. I don't know if Nikhil Alexander-Walker can stay in Minnesota. But yeah, I think they're just 1 or 2 pieces away from a championship contending team. What they have right now is not good enough, and I don't think Rudy Gobert is the answer at center.
Man, Rudy Gobert.
I hate watching him play basketball because he can't even dribble. He can't dribble, and he's in the NBA.
I saw this in a TikTok. Everybody knows that players in the NBA have incredibly deep bags. If you saw them in the YMCA, they'd cook you in about 3 seconds flat. Mitch Robb could hit a step back 3 in your mouth. I see videos of Mitch Robb doing things like that.
Oh, yeah.
And I am 1,000,000% confident that Rudy Gobert could never, ever do any of that. I promise you he can't.
I fully agree.
He might be the one NBA player.
He might be the one NBA player that doesn't even have a bag. Because he had a fast break. He had a fast break for a layup, and he's dribbling down the court. He's like,
I mean,
you can't.
He dribbles the ball like my grandma.
He dribbles the ball like a little kid is just learning how to play basketball. That's horrible. How are you in the NBA getting paid $100 million plus every year for the past 8 years?
That's the problem I have. I'm not trying to take another dump on Rudy Gobert.
No,
but
it's the money that he makes.
You do play great defense, but I think his contract situation needs to reflect how genuinely skilled at basketball he is, because I don't see it.
Do you remember what they gave up for him?
No.
Dude, it was like 5 first-round picks.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's Rudy Gobert, man. Pacers Knicks, you want to jump into that? Or
that was, I love it. That was awesome. That series was incredible. I don't think there was one dull moment during that series, because you knew if any team, I say your team as in like your team, the team that you're rooting for, you knew at one given point, if they were up by 10, the game's not over. Because we saw in game 1.
That was the series. Game 1.
That was it right there. That was it.
Knicks win that game. We're still playing. We're an MSG for 7. Not saying the Pacers can't win that game. I'm saying that's going to be tough.
That is a tough game to win.
But you lose game 1 and you don't even get a chance.
You lose game 1 and you ruin the series for everybody else.
Because it's hard to go into Indiana and win 2.
Yeah,
win 2 in Indiana.
In Indiana, a basketball city. The fans were all wearing the same color every game. That's what I've loved about this entire playoffs. I feel like I did not even see that last year.
I will say, I like what the Thunder do with the blue, white. I think
staggered.
The alternating.
That's fire.
Yeah, I think that's pretty
that's
good.
cool too.
But the next best thing for me is all the same color.
Yeah. When the Pacers are wearing all yellow, oh man. Oh man, that's fire.
I love that. But this was a great series. I wish it could have gone to 7 just so I could have seen that 7th game. But game 1 was so insane, so memorable.
Oh yeah.
That I'll take that too.
Yeah.
I
feel like game 1 of Pacers Knicks has to be one of the most memorable playoff games in recent NBA history.
Oh my God. Especially considering how evenly matched the teams were all series.
To be down that much and then to come back and do whatever Tyrese Halliburton did. He may have like double dribbled, carried. I don't know what happened, but to like turn around and then go to the 3, step back, and it bounces up and then goes in, and then he gives the choke. Like,
That bucket going in was a message from God.
And not only that, but Reggie Miller calling the game.
Oh my God. And hey, there are people complaining about his bias. I did not sense bias.
I didn't sense any
whatsoever. I
bias.
think Reggie Miller did a phenomenal job covering that series.
I agree.
Because I didn't get a sense of bias ever, really. And we know he's about as biased as it gets. I mean, it's up here.
Yeah.
I mean, he does not like, I mean, I'm sure he likes New York, but you know, from his play days, I'm sure he's got a competitive nature about that city. And
did you see the picture of when Tyrese Halliburton made the shot? He pointed at Reggie, and then Reggie pointed back at him.
Really?
Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Reggie did it really, really fast, because like obviously, but he pointed at him and he goes, and then like quickly like turned away, and he went right back to work. But it was
what a moment for Reggie Miller, man.
Because Reggie Miller, who did he play in the conference finals? The New York Knicks.
Mm-hmm.
And who went to the NBA finals? The Indiana Pacers. It's the same thing. Reggie Miller didn't win the finals.
I'm not sure if it's a different outlook here, but
I'm not sure if it's a different outlook here either. But we can hope for nothing but the best. I do think it's going to be entertaining. I don't think it's going to be as bad of a finals matchup as people think. I'm hearing a lot of like, oh, the ratings, blah blah blah. They're going to go down. They're going to be horrible. Why? Why do you think that? The Oklahoma City Thunder is the most exciting young team in the NBA this could quite literally be the start of the next NBA dynasty. And then the Indiana Pacers, out of left field, they're one of the deepest teams in the NBA. They're fast-paced, they're fun to watch. Nobody expects them to do things and they succeed. I think this is a great story. I think the rating should be up, if anything, not down.
I mean, this is going to be a great finals. I mean, just the concept of a true underdog in the Indiana Pacers against a team that is just blowing everyone out of the water in the Thunder, besides the Nuggets. I mean, that was a great series. But the Pacers, they do have a chance because like other teams playing the Thunder, if they're down by 20 in the fourth quarter, I don't really have any faith in them. But the Pacers, while you might not have faith in them, you must respect that a 20-point lead is not safe at any point in time. Like, you know, fourth quarter even, I'm sure they'll do something historic in the finals. Whether even if they don't win that game, they'll come back from a 20-point deficit, or you know, they'll make it close.
They'll make it like a 6-point game.
So you just that's gonna happen. At least I'm hoping.
Yeah, right.
But I don't know. What are your keys to this finals here? I mean, you're saying you're leaning towards the Thunder. I think the Pacers have a chance to do it, but you know, for the Thunder to win this finals, what do they got to do?
For the Thunder to win the finals, they need to put their foot on the gas and never look back. I think they kind of slack sometimes, and they sometimes play down to their opponent. If they have a big lead, they kind of take their foot off the gas a little bit. I need them to be full throttle the entire time. I need Jalen Williams to average 20 points per game like he has his entire playoffs. Same with SGA. And by the way, I don't know if you watched First Take this morning. There's only been like 5 duos ever to average 20 points per game plus for the entire NBA playoffs and then go to the finals. J-Dub and SGA is one of them. I think that's interesting. On the Pacers side,
for the Pacers to win it, you're saying
Andrew Nembhard needs to be the key guy here.
Mm-hmm.
Last series, the Pacers were outscored by an absurd number when Andrew Nembhard was on the floor. And then we saw that in Game 6 where he fixed it and he basically silenced everything that was said about him.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to be the same issue here. I mean, I think he needs to really step up. He needs to play defense, and he needs to make his shots, because there was 3 games he wasn't making anything. And the offense was heavily relying on Pascal Siakam and Tyrese Halliburton.
Yeah. I mean, hey, for me, when it comes down to the Pacers, I mean, I'll echo what you said about the Thunder. I think absolutely put foot on the gas. I think the keys for them are easy. And, play defense and full throttle.
Mm-hmm.
But for the Pacers, I really like what you said. I think there's a chance Tyrese Halliburton gets that Anthony Edwards treatment. He's going to be guarded at half court. Not positive if he wins his matchup there. Miles Turner, with the bigs that OKC has, not positive if he wins his matchup there. Pascal Siakam, he's interesting. The way he's been playing, they could be playing great defense on him. He could win his matchup.
Oh, he could.
I think there's actually a chance you can see a little Pascal Siakam Finals MVP, but I don't think that's how the story will be written. I think if the Pacers win, it's got to be Halliburton because
Right?
he's overrated, right?
Right. But he was supposed to win the conference finals MVP too, right?
That is true. They
Loki got robbed.
maybe Siakam was so important.
Siakam was the X factor in that series. Yes, 100%. But Halliburton was first in every category but one.
Yeah, I mean, come on. I think when it comes down to
Come
it,
on,
is
bro.
the buckets that Siakam gets.
Nah, he's a dog. He's a dog.
Almost like the broken possessions where
Yeah.
there's 8 on the shot clock. You throw it to Siakam and he's just gonna make something happen.
He's insane.
Halliburton kind of gets his stats in the flow of the game. Stuff like
Yep.
that. But back to what you said. Nemhard is going to be so important because, as I mentioned, I don't think Halliburton's going to win his matchup offensively. I don't think Miles Turner's going to win his matchup offensively. And especially with someone like Chet, Miles Turner pulling him away from the basket doesn't change much. He's comfortable out there. He's an athletic big. I think Nesmith is going to have to play his balls off. I think Nemhard's going to have to play his ass off. It's going to have to be a great series from the supporting guys for the Indiana Pacers. They're going to have to be aggressive. And then they're going to have to draw fouls, get to the line, whatever they got to do. But I think that will make it entertaining if they're trying to play fast and get to the line.
I agree. The Pacers, if they're going to win the finals, they have to run and gun the entire time. They win the games that whenever they push the pace and they're going fast, full throttle, they're running it, they win.
Mm-hmm.
And we saw it in game 5 when they played the Knicks. They weren't running. They weren't pushing the pace. They lost.
Yeah, I mean they played to the Knicks tempo, and then the Knicks won that game, as you said.
I think it's going to be really good. I think this final is going to be a lot better than people think. I'm super excited because the Indiana Pacers have never won an NBA championship. You know who else has never won an NBA championship? The Oklahoma City Thunder.
There you go.
This is a matchup for the first time in I don't even know how many years where both teams have never won a championship. I think the last time we saw this was Phoenix-Milwaukee, right? Did the Bucks ever win one with Wade?
That's actually a good question. I actually don't look that up actually.
Oh.
Because I do have a game for you later.
Okay.
I don't want you to spoil it for yourself.
I don't know if what I just said is even true. But I'm pretty positive.
Yeah. I don't want to give anything away for our game. I'm not sure. Yeah, they're actually the first question, so you're not allowed to know.
All right. Well, we'll find out later.
But there's a chance. Wink, wink. Now, just talking about the finals. You're saying you're leaning Thunder. Is your MVP Shea? I mean,
come on.
What's
guys.
the MVP breakdown here?
All right, the MVP breakdown. I think Shea's just gonna absolutely annihilate the Pacers. He's the MVP for a reason. He would be the first MVP to win the championship since Stephen Curry did in 2016. That's pretty cool. We haven't seen that in a long time. The MVP always loses in the second round or the conference finals, as seemingly for the past 9 years. That's unreal. I think he's going to average 34 a game, 34 points per game. I think he's going to have 6 rebounds and 5 assists. I think that's a stat line. I think that's very reasonable. It's SGA. He's going to get to the line. I think Nesmith will do a decent job guarding him, but then again, you can't guard SGA. The only thing you can do is slow him down.
No, he's going to sure try.
He's one of those dudes. He is one of one, man.
I think win or lose, you see SGA average 34, 6, and 5. I mean,
Yeah.
But hey, I have to do this. I'm going to take the Pacers. Give me the Pacers. It's going to have to be like 6 or 7 games. There's no way they roll over in like 5.
Right.
And then, I think Siakam could absolutely win Finals MVP if he just has a monster series, but I think they got to give it to Tyrese Halliburton. He'll average it's not going to be crazy, but it'll be kind of like a Trae Young stat line kind of thing. 22, 6, and 12.
All right.
I think if he chases down some more rebounds, he could average a triple-double in this series. I just don't want to put, my name on the line when I'm saying that he's going to average a triple-double, but I think he could average like 22, 9.5, and 12 if he wants to.
Oh yeah.
But that's the only way it gets done is if he averages like over 12 assists a game. They're gonna have to have that rock moving. So
Yeah, and if he makes his first shot of the games.
Come on now. Come on now.
Okay. It's just it doesn't even make any sense. When Tyrese Halliburton makes his first shot, he shoots like 30% better from 3 or whatever. He averages 6 more points per game, and they usually win. The win percentage is insanely different. So if he makes his first shot, we're gonna know he's gonna have a good game. If he misses his first shot, it's gonna be a Pascal Siakam night.
I'm gonna 100%.
NBA Finals, I think it's gonna be really good. We're gonna see a new team win a championship. We're gonna see a new legacy written in the NBA, and I just love that. I love the new storylines. I love everything that's happening in the NBA right now. This has been after last season, which in my opinion kind of sucked. I wasn't the biggest fan of last year's NBA. I didn't love all the stories. I didn't love how the teams are constructed. I mean, also the Suns were trash. I didn't like that either. I mean, that does play a factor. I'm not gonna lie, but like, you kind of knew what was gonna happen last year. I feel like. I mean, it just kind of Boston. Nobody was going to beat that Boston Celtics team last year. It was boring. The best series last year, I thought, was that Clippers, was it Clippers Thunder? Or Clippers Mavs, I'm sorry. I thought that was the best series in last year's playoffs, and that wasn't even that great. So this year has been incredible. I've loved watching every game of the playoffs because I did. I mean, I'm not going to say every game because, to be honest with you, the Thunder's first round matchup against Memphis, nobody cared about that. I didn't really watch that.
Mm-hmm.
It was also on Easter. Come on.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to watch Memphis lose to the Thunder by 50 on Easter. That's boring. But I think this finals is awesome. I love the new things that are happening in the NBA. James?
Yeah, I just want to make a prediction. I low key, this is probably not even close to right. I'm just going to say game 1. It's on Thursday. All right. The Indiana Pacers are going to throw a crazy junk defense at the OKC Thunder. It's going to be like some weird zone or maybe like a boxing one on SGA.
Like 3-2.
Whatever. Something weird. And they'll steal game 1. That's just my prediction. That's how I'm going to say.
Well, if he's going to give his game 1 prediction, I'll give mine. It's in OKC. I think OKC win
by 40.
They're going to win by like 12 plus, I think, game 1.
Yeah, they could.
And then the Pacers will scheme around that.
That's probably the spread for that game, to be honest.
Oh, yeah. It's probably like 14. But away from the finals, the NBA is a crazy place right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is the most trade buzz I've heard in years. This is expected to be one of, if not the craziest offseason in NBA history. Now, here's something I want to do. James, who hangs up the phone first?
Okay.
Say the GM of the New York Knicks and call up the Phoenix Suns. And they say, hey, we'll give you Karl Anthony Towns, Marion Beauchamp, and Washington's 2026 top 8 protected first round pick for Kevin Durant.
And it's top 8 protected to Washington. So, if they're top 8, Washington will get it.
Yep. And then it will turn into seconds.
They're going to get it again. But
right?
It's still worth something. Hey. We talk about the Wizards in the lottery here. So there's actually no guarantee that actually you could get that if they change. Yeah. I think there would just be such a risky trade for the Suns. They would need something that is a surefire first round pick. And I mean, can the Knicks give them that?
They could throw them a 2030 swap.
I think the Suns would definitely want some more draft capital for that pick, especially considering Cat's defensive struggles. I don't think you guys need offensive production. I think.
Well, we need rebounding.
Cat can rebound, sure, but I'm not sure if he's as much of a presence down low as you might need still, right? You're especially defensively. That's, where you guys have been exploited. I would be interested to see this trade go through, though. I think the Suns would be the team to hang up on that phone call and say, I don't think so. Click.
I'd probably agree, but...
All right, let me hear it.
Not Kevin Durant. Devin Booker and Karl Anthony Towns are best friends. Now, do you remember when they were on the cover of Slam?
Well, they
Him, D'Angelo Russell, and Devin Booker. They talked about teaming up one day. I mean, would this not be the perfect time to team up? The Suns didn't make the playoffs. They didn't get their own first round pick. Kevin Durant didn't work out. Matt Ishbia is looking to change things up. And he wants to make Devin Booker happy and willing to stay in Phoenix for the rest of his career. Now, bringing in a guy like Karl Anthony Towns, who is an all-NBA player, rebounds the ball, which Phoenix is looking for, and is best friends with Devin Booker, I think their chemistry would be elite. And I think now it would hurt on the defensive side of things, but I think it would elevate the offense so much more because we have Ryan Dunn to play defense. Fill out the rest of the roster, see if you can move Bradley Beal. I think this trade could be cool. And then Kevin Durant and the New York Knicks, that was supposed to happen in 2019 and it didn't.
Yeah, that would just be fun. I mean,
KD in the Mecca?
Yeah. In the Mecca of basketball, MSG, and then they could just slide Mitch Robb back into center. Low key, bro, like, have Mitch Robb just like put up like 1,000 threes per day in the offseason. Like, just let him hit that corner three.
I mean, why
You know
not?
what I mean?
Why not?
Because that just adds so much. Like, even like, I don't care if he can't hit a mid range to save his life.
Just make him hit a corner three.
Corner threes. Just hear me out. Anyways, that's only if that trade goes through. But I don't know. I will say Cat got exploited in the playoffs for sure. Knicks were unhappy with his defensive efforts.
Yeah, they were. Players and coaches were very frustrated with Cat and his defensive side of things. I don't think he views defense as that important. But then again, that's buzz around the NBA. Who really knows? He obviously knows defense matters.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like he wasn't playing hard, but
And then another guy like Marion Beauchamp. He's actually good. I think if you give him rotational minutes, he could succeed in the NBA. He could be a good rotational player. The Suns need depth. So, again, this isn't hyper realistic, but this is some buzz that's happening in the NBA. I think it could be cool. I think that could be really cool. And I don't know. There's buzz around the NBA about Giannis and Kevin Durant teaming up in Toronto. I think that's stupid, but it very well could happen. Toronto has a lot of assets to trade for big guys, and they want to make that splash. I know they're going to pursue Giannis heavy. Masai Ujiri, he said this years ago that he wants Giannis in Toronto. He's going to do everything he can to try to get Giannis in Toronto. And I read today that Kevin Durant and Giannis talked about teaming up in Toronto. I don't know if that's true, but there was a source attached to the tweet, so I checked the source out. He seemed valid, so you never know. I think
valid.
it could be cool. No, well, he had a check mark. He had a lot of following. He seemed like I looked at some of his tweets. He seemed like he reported some factual statements.
What's his name?
I don't remember. This was hours ago.
Okay.
It was way before you came here.
Okay.
So yeah, who hangs up first?
Yeah, I say the Suns, but in honor of the NBA Finals, we can do some championship trivia right now.
Oh, yeah.
If that's fine with you.
Yeah. Let's do it.
So, I mean, this is pretty simple. I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, just 4 questions for you. And you just have to tell me which team has won more NBA championships
Lord.
all time. I mean, I'm talking all time.
All time?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, first one, the Sixers, the Philadelphia 76ers, or the Milwaukee Bucks. Who has won more NBA championships?
Oh, man. I don't know if Moses Malone ever won a chip with the Sixers. I want to say Bucks.
You're going to say Bucks?
Yeah.
The Bucks have actually only won 2.
So they did win with Kareem.
In 1971 and 2021, the Sixers also won 2, 67 and 83.
Okay.
They won 1 in 55 as the Syracuse Nationals. Go Cuse, baby. Let's go.
Are you for real?
That counts. Sorry, trick question to start you off. But
Oh
I had
my-
to do it to you.
Yo. Well,
Yeah,
Alright,
so
Whatever, bro.
got you by technicality with the Syracuse Nationals, but yeah, that one was really close, 2-3,
that is
one of
pretty close.
them.
Yeah.
This one's interesting. This one's also very close, difference of 1. So I'll give you that hint. The San Antonio Spurs or the Chicago Bulls, 2 just fantastic NBA franchises.
Okay. Tim Duncan here. He has 5 rings? 4? I know it's 4 or 5. I know the Bulls have 6. That's it. I don't know.
If they won in like the 70s or 60s or anything, is that what you're down to?
I don't know if the Spurs won super early on or not because I know Tim Duncan has 4 or 5. I'm going to go with the Spurs here.
You're going to go with the Spurs. You're banking on some early championships.
I'm going to bank on some early championships.
Well, the Spurs' first championship was in 1999 with, I'm pretty sure that was David Robinson. Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Yes. And then 2003, 2005, 2007, 2014, Tim Duncan won 5 NBA championships. And the Bulls won 6 in their 2 3-peats. One of the most dominant runs by any NBA team ever. So you're 0 for 2. I mean, these are 2 tough ones, right?
I was going to say Bulls and I switched it up last second in my head.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because when you don't know like what happened in the 60s and 50s, it gets tough. I won't even blame you if you get something wrong because of that, which has already happened. But next one, New York Knicks, Utah Jazz. Which team has won more NBA championships?
Utah Jazz.
You're going with the Utah Jazz?
Wait. Did Karl Malone? No, not the Jazz. Wait. Oh.
Yeah, what are you gonna say here?
Yeah, wait, yeah, the Utah Jazz, because didn't Reggie Miller lose to them in the finals?
Did he?
I don't know.
When would he have done that?
When Reggie Miller went to the finals?
Wait, I don't know. I mean, this one's tough because I will say the Knicks have won championships. Right?
I know.
You know, their last one was in 1973.
Nah, let's go Knicks. New York up. Knicks.
Yeah, saved you a little bit. Knicks got 2. The Utah Jazz have never won an NBA Finals.
That's right. They always lost to Jordan.
Yes.
They always lost to Jordan and the Pistons.
That is key to remember. I'm interested to see how many finals they've been to. I don't have that, but
it's quite a few.
Possibly.
Then wait, who did the Pacers lose to in the 2000 finals? Was it Jordan? No, that doesn't make any sense.
2000.
That was whoa.
Yeah, you might have to edit that out. You lost a lot of reputability right there.
I'm just thinking, my head's in a million places right now.
Sorry. Last one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Houston Rockets, Miami Heat. This one's also hard. Difference of 1.
I know Hakeem has a ring. I don't know if he has 2. I know
don't overcomplicate things.
It's the Rockets. They took over the league when Jordan took his hiatus. The Rockets.
The Rockets, they do have 2 NBA championships when Michael Jordan retired. But that's it. Nothing else. Miami won in 2006 with Dwayne Wade, 12 and 13 with the Big 3.
I knew it was 3-2, regardless of what side it was. Because I knew the Miami Heat had 3. I didn't. Wait, that was stupid. I should have just said the Heat because
I almost wanted to let you marinate in that for a second. See if you would
I forgot about that 2006 championship with D-Wade and Shaq. I literally have Shaq's jersey from that year.
You can't rush. All right. I remember before I took the SATs, they said, take your time on each question. And if you think you know it, spend time on that question. But if there's a question you don't know, just circle a random answer and move on. You knew that answer.
No, I didn't take the SAT, so I don't know that straight.
Oh my God. Wow.
Just saying.
Take the SAT.
I didn't. Now, I have a game for you, Mr. James Derrick.
Man, I never get to play games.
I have 2 games. We're going to split the second one. We're going to split it here. Okay. So, James, can you guess all NBA first team from the 2014 NBA season?
From 2014.
Yep.
I see a guard on the Clippers. Just making sure. I mean, that's Chris Paul.
Yep. Chris Paul.
Okay. The Rockets, that had to have been James Harden, right?
Yes, you'd be correct. It is James Harden.
Okay. Wow. So he was really, this is all NBA first team. It was right away pretty much on the Rockets. That
Basically.
he was that good. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know. The Thunder, this is 2014. Well, forward for the Thunder, that's got to be KD.
That is Kevin Durant.
All right. And the forward for the Heat's it's LeBron.
That would be LeBron James.
Now, forward for the Bulls, bro. For the Bulls. And it's not, it's a forward. Can't be Derrick Rose. Man, wait. I'm blanking right now. Were the Bulls that good in 2014? Were they they were good?
Well, as you know, all NBA, big men are also forwards.
I am so confused. Big man on the Bulls?
This is why I chose this, because I knew this one would trip you up.
And hey, you're basically giving me the hint. This is a big man here. Dude, the only big man that's coming to mind is Joakim Noah.
It would be Joakim Noah from the Chicago Bulls in 2014.
I didn't even want to guess that because it sounded so dumb.
It's Joakim Noah.
Joakim Noah was an all NBA first team.
Defensive monster.
Wow.
Yup. I know, right?
Dude, when I think of Joakim Noah, I think of that free throw he airballed on Shaqtin' a Fool, where he released it and he just goes, oh, and then it airballs.
And you want to know why he's on All NBA first team? He won Defensive Player of the Year in 2014.
Okay.
Put him on All NBA first team as the big man. And that would be the 2014 All NBA teams. Oh, All NBA first team, I would say. Sorry.
That is interesting. You kind of figured Chris Paul, James Harden, Kevin Durant, LeBron. That is interesting. I can see why All NBA first team is positionless these days.
Yep.
At least, I feel like they're always flip-flopping between positionless and not. What are they doing next year? Did they change it?
I think it's positionless next year.
Okay.
I think there's too much skill in the NBA now to just straight up have it position by position. I think that's stupid because you're going to have guys like Luka who could end up in the second team, which is stupid.
Yeah.
That should never happen. Honestly. Same with SGA. Steph Curry. If Steph Curry has a crazy season next year, he's probably going to be All NBA second team regardless because Luka and SGA had that spot if it was just guards. So I think it's cool to be positionless.
Yeah, and I feel like if you think of the All NBA first team, you just got to think of 5 best players in the NBA. Maybe not as much a team, but it's maybe if there was some All-Star event where the first team played together, then you could make it with a position.
Yeah, but
this team is never playing. Just give me the best 5 guys.
Give me the 5 best players in the NBA.
Yeah.
All right. I have another game.
Okay.
I'm going to say an NBA player's name, and I want you to say the very first thing that comes to mind when you hear this player.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
Austin Reeves. You could say it.
White. White. Cold white. That's all I could think of. It's Austin Reeves.
Anthony Edwards.
Kermit. From the movie. Hustle was a great movie.
It actually is good.
I usually only watch Adam Sandler's more funny movies. Grown Ups obviously is one of them. But hey, Hustle was awesome.
Hustle was good.
Adam Sandler, good movie.
Really good camera work in that, cinematics.
Yeah, and Kermit, Anthony Edwards, a phenomenal actor.
He just played himself.
He was just himself.
He was just himself.
No, for real.
Young Anthony. That was 20-year-old Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's saying, sorry, not to get too sidetracked, but he was saying he doesn't want to be the face of the league. I saw this on TikTok, but he's going to star in a movie basically playing himself as a 20-year-old. You're kind of you're injecting yourself into those talks. If you're going to appear in movies, you're going to be one of the best. And you're 23.
I do kind of agree with Stephen A. Smith. He said something like, you can't be the face of the NBA if you're paying off your baby mama.
No, low-key, he can't be.
He can't be.
Adam
Why?
Silver would never let that happen because
No.
he'd just be like, I don't know if this is a good influence on everybody, you know?
Oh, that's good, bro. That's good. All right.
Hate it all at once.
Yeah, I know.
Like a
Crazy.
bum.
Like a bouse.
All
Like
right.
a bouse. You ever see that
Bouse.
Impractical Jokers episode?
Yeah.
That's so good. I love that show.
That's a
I
great
missed when
show.
it was all four of them.
Yeah.
All right. Joel Embiid.
Just process. Yeah. I mean, that never ending process of recovering from injury.
Jimmy Butler.
I kind of just want to Bubble came to mind
Okay,
first.
that's
is
cool.
Bubble.
That's cool.
He had a great run in the
And then the last one for you, Steph Curry.
shout out Flight Reacts for the tryst with Steph Curry because come on, that's just the first thing I thought of.
Dude, I feel like everybody thinks of Flight Reacts when they hear the name Steph Curry.
I mean, at least maybe people our age. I mean,
Yeah.
no one
I
older
mean-
than us. I mean, low key, if you're like 30 and you watching Flight Reacts, like,
I mean, it's June though.
come on, man.
It's
Hey,
June.
It's his month.
It's his month. It's literally Flight's month. All
I
right,
mean-
I'm gonna throw it over to you now. So
Okay, so
after Steph Curry, you ask me.
yeah, Dwight Howard. I know what.
Disrespected.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Can I share mine?
Yeah.
I don't even know if this is the team he played for, but I was just thinking the Guangdong Tigers. On TNT when Shaq said the Guangdong Tigers.
Yeah, that's good.
That's what I think of when
That
I
is
think of
good.
Dwight Howard.
That is good.
Anyway, sorry. What'd you say again for Dwight?
Disrespected.
Disrespected? All right. Kobe.
Kobe. That's literally
I
what
mean,
I think
yeah.
of. When you shoot something in the trash and you're like,
Yeah.
Kobe. That's what I think of.
Maybe legend. I don't know.
Legends,
That's
yeah.
the only other thing.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, this is interesting. LaMelo Ball.
Playground.
I think of I don't run it. Right away.
He was on someone's stream. I think it was Ty Lil or something. And they were like calling him Zesty.
LaMelo? No, because No, I'm not going to get into that.
No, we
But,
gotta get into that.
I mean, they might have some basis for that. But anyways, next, Reggie Miller.
Shooter.
Yeah.
Shooter.
Actually. Another pacer, Tyrese Halliburton.
Baby.
What?
It's the first thing that came to my mind.
Why?
He looks like a little
He
kid.
looks like a little kid, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. If
They're
he was
like-
in this room right now, you'd look like his son, though.
Okay.
Just saying.
All right. Or maybe like Pretty Boy. I don't know.
I would get that for LaMelo Ball over Tyrese
For
Halliburton.
real?
I mean, I don't know. Anyways, last one. Also, former Pacer, Paul George.
Bro. Because he never plays.
Just, bruh,
They're paying him how much money? $136 million, and he doesn't bet and he doesn't play. So yeah, bruh.
I mean, there's nothing else you can say to describe that Sixers situation, actually.
God, that's
in
horrendous.
general over there. Hey, they could be surprising next year. Celtics aren't going to be very good. They could push up in the East, but
Sure.
they need everyone to be healthy.
Okay. There's one last thing
Okay.
that I wanted to do because this pissed me off. I was just literally sitting on my phone and I was chilling, I was writing things for the show today, and then I see this pop up on my phone from ESPN.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So they were basically talking about this is so stupid. This is so stupid. Like I genuinely, bro, this is so stupid. It was an article on ESPN that talked about Devin Booker getting traded to the Mavs. This is the scenario that they drew up. Which, by the way, Devin Booker's never going to get traded.
Who drew this up?
ESPN.
Well,
I'm not kidding.
who?
Who on ESPN?
Who via ESPN?
It
you
just says NBA insiders. Not kidding. So they don't want to say who did it.
They're not willing to put their name out on this.
They're hiding from this. This is unreal. I mean, I would be hiding from this too. Are you for real?
let's hear
Okay. The Dallas Mavericks get Devin Booker, 2025 first rounder, number 29, 2028 first rounder, 2029 first round pick swap, and that's it.
And then the Phoenix Suns get the number 1 overall pick this year, which would be Cooper Flag, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, Najee Marshall, and Caleb Martin. God, no. Please don't.
Nah, I say you do that in a heartbeat, bro.
Bro?
Save your team, bro. Just get.
I mean, it would
get
save the
Cooper
Phoenix
Flag.
Suns. But, man, I would probably never watch basketball again.
I mean, you are putting a lot of faith in a 18-year-old. I mean,
Yeah.
do you want to do that? He could be.
Hell no. Do I want to do that?
I'm just saying, man.
Devin Booker's my pride and joy when it comes to basketball,
If you
bro.
don't do that trade, the year 2030 to 2040,
That's
you
gonna
just might
suck.
stop watching NBA basketball.
I actually might. No, I watched them when they were trash.
I know.
And I watched
You're
them
a
this
loyal
season.
Suns fan. But
Watched them this season, too.
if you make that trade, 2030 to 2040, you're looking up. I mean,
Oh, yeah, we're
come
looking
on.
up. But
Only if you do that trade, though.
only if we do that trade. I don't know. Cooper Flag is the first white American that is like gonna be the number 1 overall pick in I don't even know how many years. So I think that's pretty cool. Phoenix, don't do some stupid shit like that, please. Like dead ass, don't do that. And if you're Dallas, don't do some stupid shit like that either. Like
Yeah. Well, okay. I'll also say he's got a lot of hype. I mean, what does he got to do to really deliver on this hype? I mean, I don't know.
play exactly like he did in college.
I mean, think about it. I mean, look at Zion Williamson right now. Probably not a good time right now. But I'm just saying, like, he has not performed to his expectations, not on the slightest. His team's not good.
Yeah.
He's not healthy. I don't foresee Cooper Flag having the same problems. But, like, I mean, do you think he's gonna be what he's chalked up to be in the NBA? You think?
Yeah, I do.
Are you confident in it?
It's gonna take 5 years though.
He's not. He's
He
not
can't-
mature.
No,
I mean,
he can't do it with Kyrie and AD there. Maybe 5 is crazy. 3 years probably. He's got to get through the Anthony Davis, Kyrie era in Dallas. I'm sure one of them will get traded while he's there at some point, like in the next 2-3 years, because the NBA is stupid like that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We could also see them just go out and win a ring.
That I honestly hope they do. I
mean-
hope Cooper Flag wins 8 championships.
He's the most selfless, like number 1 overall pick, perennial generational talent that I've seen in so long. It's
Yeah,
crazy. He plays both ends of the floor. He
We could
shares the
talk
rock.
about just Cooper Flag for like a whole episode, bro.
I know, but we're not going to do that right now. We can save that for another time. That's all I got for this episode.
Yeah, I'm done.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for watching Above the Rim. As always, check out Afterthought Sports and what we have on the channel. We got a hockey show that just came out. Check out more reels through the NBA that we're going to be posting throughout the rest of the summer.
Aiden Calkins has got some big plans for the hockey show as well. He's got some interviews possibly lined up next
sweet.
semester
Sweet.
as well. So, hey.
Hell yeah. So, as always, thanks for watching. Peace.